Scenic bush, beautiful beaches, bountiful sea life. This is the Coromandel, one of New Zealand's top holiday spots. On the water, in the air or on the ground, this is the perfect holiday destination and location for round 5 of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. 3 well-known stages cut through the peninsula to create a rally with plenty of tight turns, rewarding a well-set-up car and a brave driver.
Well, I think there's definitely lots of things up here that can catch you out.
They're really, really well cambered, and as long as you've got the ones that aren't well cambered noted, you should be fine.
This place just chews up tyres. It's got quite big bluestone rocks.
I think what happened here last year is behind us, and this year's a whole new rally for us.
Hayden Paddon could wrap up the 2018 title here, but he'll need to watch out for the young Aussie Brendan Reeves.
We've won Rally Coromandel twice with the Mazda AP4. We're coming back to the three-peat. It's going to be a hell of a fight. I can't wait.
But with just 115 kilometre special stages, the drivers will have to be fast out of the blocks.
When you've only got 115 k's a stage, you know, you can't afford one to be slow out of the blocks, or two to have any mistakes or any problems throughout the day. You don't have that opportunity to catch it back up again.
And there is definitely no room for error on these roads.
Last year I made a mistake, and this year we're going to come back to put it on the podium.
4 rallies, 4 cars. I'm expecting to bank some more points this weekend.
This is Goldrush Rally Coromandel, brought to you by Hyundai. Round 4 was based in Timaru, and the South Canterbury roads were fast and scenic. Local knowledge was in Hayden Paddon's favour as he grew up in this area. But Ben Hunt spoiled Paddon's perfect run with a stage win in the morning. Emma Gilmore missed a warning and went flying through a dry forward. But when Hunt's fuel pump failed at service, it was 2017 champ Andrew Hawkswood who took the challenge to Paddon, with his young Aussie teammate Brendan Reeves putting the pressure on. Unfortunately for Reeves, an engine gremlin cost him a podium. It was another local, Darren Galbraith, who would take 3rd spot before announcing his retirement from the sport, for now at least. Paddon was unbeatable in the afternoon and showed again that he is the best driver in New Zealand on gravel. So after 4 rounds, Hayden Paddon still on top of the New Zealand Rally Championship, despite being on duty for the WRC as well, and in the driver's seat to take out another New Zealand title. 3 stages repeated through the day take drivers on a loop around the Coromandel Peninsula, then the street sprint in Whitianga to finish the rally. Stage 1, Kennedy Bay, is shortened from last year's stage, but at 22.6 kilometres, it will be the longest challenge of the day. Breakfast on the roadside for the spectators as Hayden Paddon leads the cars through the stage.
Very technical, certainly I think some of the most challenging roads in New Zealand. Kennedy Bay is a very nice stage, nice and flowing in the middle section, so you know, it's a very nice way to start the rally. I think especially the 309, the last part of 309 along the valley floor, lots of really, really long tightening corners, and really difficult to sort of read the road and read the tightening parts is really, really difficult along there. So I think stage 2 and 3 will be the key stages for the rally.
Joining us again, Patrick Bally, and Paddon will be looking to make a real statement on this opening stage. Patrick?
Yes, 2017 was a bad year all round, but especially at this event for Hayden. So he's looking now at 2018 to put that right and put this car in 1st place.
Down to the line, a tricky finish on the bridge. Good time.
Hayden, first stage of Rally Coromandel out of the way. How does it feel?
Yeah, good. A lot of grip. Actually caught me by surprise. It's light tarmac in a lot of places, so struggling with quite a lot of understeer. So very different to last year through here anyway.
And do you think the conditions are going to change much for the guys running behind you?
No, the road's so hard that we'll stay pretty consistent throughout. So yeah, nice level playing field.
Brendan Reeves has won this rally for the past 2 years, and the Aussie has the ability to challenge Paddon again.
For Coromandel, I prefer the grip. This car works really well here. I found that last year. And I've driven a 2-litre here the year before in 2016, and we won in that car as well, but it had a lot of torque. So you've got to limit the wheel spin, I find, here and get the best out of leaving the corner. and getting out of that corner into the next corner as quick as you can.
We didn't see the best out of Brendan at the last round. He was having issues with his car, so he's going to be pushing here and maybe right on the limit there. So hopefully you can keep it together and have a good stage time.
Right, Reeves down by 8 seconds to Patton at the first split.
Oh, and it looks like he's got more trouble here. It looks like it's the same technical issue that plagued him at the last round. He's going to have to restart this car and get through the stage.
Medium. 7 minus right.
So down to the line, how much time has he lost? That's the big question. 14 minutes 45. That's 2 seconds a K.
Brendo pushing hard through the last corner there, mate.
Yeah, no, we had a push. We had a bit of a moment near the start. It's very slippery. You can hardly see Hayden's lines, really hard packed, but 2 k's from the end, the car conked out on us, so we just kept rolling down the hill, turned the kill switch on and off, and real shame, but we'll keep pushing on. Sounds like the same problem as last rally.
It must be frustrating.
Yeah, it sure was. So, you know, we've got 309 roads only short, so hopefully it doesn't play up.
Now, Ben Hunt had challenged Hayden Patton early on the South Canterbury rally. He needs a top performance here to keep in second place in the championship too.
Yeah, and Ben's obviously feeling the pressure there. It's a bit of a wild ride through there. Not sure if his tyres are working perfectly in these conditions, but one of the key things Ben has to remember is he's not racing Patton at this event. He needs to be the best of the rest, and he's got to keep that in his head as he gets through these stages.
Down to the line, back up to that tricky finish on the bridge. What's the time going to be? 14:49.5, slower than Reeves.
Ben, great time in that stage.
Yeah, no, we were having fun in there. The car was had a mind of its own on some corners, but you know we haven't driven for a few weeks, so probably just getting to grips. And you know it's pretty inconsistent in places, but no, having heaps of fun. So yeah, looking forward to the next one.
4 rallies in, 4 different cars. Aussie Nathan Quinn is taking a unique approach to the championship, but he's a minute 13 down on Patton at the end of the stage.
Nathan, not the first stage you wanted of the car, mate.
No, I seem to have a problem with the brakes. I said last time I need a good brake, but yeah, just lack of confidence, I think. So just getting a feel for the car, and I boiled them pretty early in the stage, and just had to crawl through the last probably 4 or 5k.
14 minutes 59 for Matt Summerfield, and the Mitsubishi Mirage puts him 3rd fastest so far.
Matt, how was that stage through there?
Yeah, it was okay. I felt like I did a pretty good job the first half of the stage, and then second half of the stage I just didn't really, just lost a bit of rhythm in there, but yeah, everything feels all right. Just need to make a few little small changes.
Josh Marsden 10 seconds slower in the Holden. Rana Horan debuting his Skoda R5 car, the same car that Garaf Gill used in the 2017 APRC Championship, but 15 minutes 20, so a lot to learn. And Dylan Turner back after missing round 3 and 4, straight on the pace with 4th fastest time, 14 minutes .54. Emma Gilmore hoping these roads will suit the Suzuki.
Looking forward to this event in terms of, I think the car, it probably brings a bit more parity back into the field with the different engine sizes and the weights. I feel that the Suzuki, we've got the handling going really well, so yeah, looking forward to it. We haven't had really ever a great run at Coromandel, so it'd be nice to have a trouble-free run and you know, show what pace we've got.
Clint, I don't know if you noticed, but there's 10 different manufacturers in the top 10 here at this event, which in my memory is a New Zealand first, maybe even a world first.
Fantastic, good skills, but I suppose the question is, can they all stay there?
100. Sorry, the brakes are gone. 100. Mid to left crest. Medium 7.
And Richie Dalton next through in the Fiesta and suffering brake failure at the same point as Gilmore. Go figure.
Jeez, you were kissed on the by ferry there.
And that's Australian for luck of the Irish, I think.
Drive, don't race.
And Dale's importantly telling Richie to just keep his head on straight. Don't get too frustrated, because there's only a couple of Ks to go.
Finish careful here. Tar, danger, 3 left plus over narrow bridge.
Okay, Richie, one more corner to go. You can make it, mate. Come on.
Them, that's all. Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh!
So not so lucky for the Irish, it did run out. Things a little better in the other Fiesta though for Phil Campbell, back after a major rebuild on his Ford engine.
Well, I think there's definitely lots of things up here that can catch you out, but the roads up here, we've gone pretty good on them in the past, so it's, yeah, maybe suits my driving style a little bit, so yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
But disappointment here for Holden fans, as we see on board Brian Green, Greg Murphy and Mark Leonard stopped in the stage.
And Murph will be gutted about that.
So a stunning performance from Hayden Paddon, and he leads by 44.8 seconds after stage 1, but less than 30 seconds split Hunt in second to Marston in 7th, and 7 different manufacturers in the top 7. Stick around, coming up, the 309 road from Coromandel to Whitianga, and we go on a train journey with a difference through the Coromandel bush.
Welcome back to Rally of Coromandel. And whilst our rally drivers have been out there experiencing Coromandel's fantastic scenery at speed, if you want to do it at a more sedate pace, come and experience the majestic scenery at Driving Creek Railway.
Just a few minutes outside Coromandel town, the Driving Creek Railway was built by potter Barry Brickle to transport clay to his pottery, but over the years it has expanded to become a tourist attraction. 2.7 kilometres long, and at the top, stunning views of Coromandel Township and the Hauraki Gulf. And one of the trains is actually called Possum. Talking about great views, the 309 road connects Coromandel to Whitianga, a 12-kilometre stage well liked by the drivers. And a change of direction for the stage, so handy for Hayden Paddon that on this rally, drivers were allowed 2 passes over the road in reconnaissance.
Yeah, the road was last used in this direction back in 2016 when Hayden wasn't competing in the championship. So having 2 pass recce to be able to get a good set of notes will give him confidence in such a tight, twisty, technical stage.
High long 6 right minus.
And Paddon smashes the old stage record by 21 seconds. Brendan Reeves hoping that he can get through the stage without the car going into lip mode.
No, it looks like it's done it again. Hopefully they can get this car back to service and get it sorted and not bleed any more time.
Then caution slow, 8 left tightens forward, narrow.
And it's no surprise that Ben Hunt says he enjoys the tight, twisty stages in his Subaru, despite driving the biggest car in the top 10.
I've always preferred the twisty stuff more than the fast stuff, and seem to go pretty well in that. So, we'll just chip away at it, and they are fantastic roads down here. They haven't got a huge variety to choose from, but the ones that they have got are, they're excellent.
Dylan Turner needs to drive aggressively to get the best out of the Audi.
My car, you have to attack with my car. Like I say, the diffs just don't work if you don't attack. And these roads 100% suit my car. My Mitzi was really good in the fast stuff. It had a bit longer wheelbase, but the Audi, sure, it changes directions real quick. And in that faster stuff, it just doesn't give you that courage to push too hard in those faster corners.
Turner grabbing third place here by just 0.8 seconds over Brendan Reeves. Matt Summerfield in fifth, trailing Reeves by 7.7 seconds. And Emma Gilmore just 1.3 seconds behind in sixth.
And we've heard Dylan Turner talk about his aggressive driving style in his Audi, but Emma's showing us how a nice, neat, smooth driving style can also yield great results.
And after sitting out round 4, Phil Campbell happy to be competitive on the stages.
I'm really looking forward to the 309 road. We get 3 goes at doing it, so by that third time through there we should really know where we're going. There's some pretty cool downhill tarmac sections in there. Pull the handbrake on and slide around a little bit. That's always good fun. So yeah, I am looking forward to that 309.
Another Fiesta new to the championship, Brian Stokes has built this AP4 version. Although down on engine power, he's working on the setup and looking forward to 2019. 4 rallies and 4 different cars sees Nathan Quinn in a Peugeot Proto. On this rally, despite brake issues, he was just 2 seconds behind Campbell.
And it's been a while since we've been a Peugeot on these roads, and it's great to see this car back out there again.
So heading to service, Patton out in front. Just 19 seconds though separates second to sixth.
Look, we're just going at a good pace at the moment, so it's, keep the rhythm, keep going like this. Just trying to improve my own driving and the twisty stuff like this for our next rallies overseas. So yeah, certainly some things we can keep improving.
Brendo doing everything right, and then the car wouldn't do what you wanted in the first stage.
Yeah, that's right. It's such a shame. We tried to scare the car at one point. We went into a ditch, and they said from Australia we've got to come over the ditch, but I didn't mean to end up in it. We recovered from that, and the rest of the stage felt good. Then just near the end, the car went into some kind of limp mode like we had at South Canterbury. So we thought, we'll get into 309 short stage, but I did it even worse. So disappointing, but we're in 4th place, so we've got to keep pushing.
Nathan, not exactly the start to the morning you wanted.
Yeah, pretty familiar start compared to the last rally, but at least there's no scratches on this one at the moment. So, yeah, difficult, but I'd say it's a combination of things and just the confidence with the car and in the tight stuff and trying to get it to move. So, hope we'll make some repairs to the front brakes and we found that the wheel bearing come quite loose. So, we'll do those things up and then maybe try change my driving attitude a little bit, change the suspension a little bit, and maybe that might help us out.
Obviously, throwing caution to the wind a little bit, sitting in third.
Oh, do you think? Nah, we've been, in fairness, keeping it pretty tidy, just I don't think we've thrown caution to the wind. It's a good car and it's just feeling good. The problem is the rally driver, we've kind of got one speed and that's fast, It's that extra fast like Hayden that's hard to find.
Stage 3, Coromandel to Tapu. And this was a problem stage last year when it was run in the opposite direction, claiming Patton in a rare crash.
Very quick 5 right, 100.
This is a really neat bit of road here.
5 right plus, K120.
Beautiful, twisty, great conditions.
Oh no. What's wrong? Hostile boost, blinded boost hose. Okay, we're only...
But you need a working car to really make the most of them. This does not look good for Hayden.
So, problems there for Hayden. Patton, a blind turbo boost. So little nurse the Hyundai home. That means this is the chance for Brendan Reeves now, the Force Motorsport team, hoping they can fix the gremlin in their car with their computer. And Reeves highly motivated to win this rally for the 3rd time.
And he's going to be even more motivated when he can see Hayden in front of them like that. Brendan's been struggling all day, but this is rewarding him pushing and him staying in the race, because it means that Hayden's dropped at least a minute to him in this stage.
So that's a minute lost at least by Hayden Paddon. Reeves coming down to the line. What's the time going to be? 12:59.3.
10.
How costly will that be for Hayden Paddon now?
Over finish, 100.
I think for any other driver, this would be exceptionally frustrating. For Hayden, it's just another notch in the belt, and it's going to give him the impetus to really push in the next couple of stages.
14:38, he's lost 1 minute 40 and the lead. Could this be Ben Hunt's second stage win of the season?
Tapu Koro Glen, it is pretty technical and has its challenges, and there's a lot in there that can catch you out. Its rhythm changes quite a few times, and there's a few rocks that have caught me out a few times in there, and there's a good slog uphill and then downhill, and you can be at the bottom and it's beautiful, pristine Coromandel weather, and at the top you're in the clouds. So there's a lot of elements to it, and I reckon it's a great stage in New Zealand.
So it's a big challenge on these roads. Is Ben up for it?
Well, he says he loves the tight and twisty stuff, but he's having to make the car really work here just to get around these corners.
Keep in 4 right, minus. What's going on with the car? What's it name? 5 left, short, narrow.
Well, he's 14 seconds down on Reeves on the stage, but he's now second ahead of Paddon.
Tightens, keep in.
Dylan Turner, 21 seconds slower than Reeves on the stage, so while Reeves went to first, Turner would drop to fourth, just 2 seconds behind Paddon.
And that really shows you how quickly fortunes can change in just a short 16k stage like this.
Matt Summerfield holding fifth, just 5.6 seconds behind Turner despite catching Quinn in the stage. And Emma Gilmore lost time to Summerfield when a brief rain shower on the stage fogged up her windscreen.
And this is typical of Coromandel. You can be sunny on one side of the hills, complete rain on the other, and in this case, Emma's demister is not working as designed, as programmed, and it is ruining the stage for her.
3 right doubles. 3 right doubles. Sudden short 3.
But she wasn't alone. Phil Campbell having the same issue.
Yeah, and with new cars that haven't always had the chance to have real rigorous testing, issues like this can pop up very easily. But now, Phil knows about it, and hopefully he'll have a chance to fix it before the next time it happens.
Long 4 left.
So Hayden Paddon drops to third and Reeves takes the lead in a tight battle with Ben Hunt. The car's touring back to Coromandel Town for fuel and tyres before heading back to Kennedy Bay.
Not a perfect run through that last stage.
No, we were going good for pace, felt really good, but just caught up to Nathan in there and lost a bit of time behind him. It's pretty hard to get a clean pass, so it is what it is.
So rally safe not working perfectly for you in there?
We pushed as soon as we saw him press the button to pass, but whether it didn't get through at his car, not sure.
Well, what about the rest of the stage? How did the car feel through there?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, really getting into it. Went a bit mongrel and I thought I'd just push quite hard, so yeah, really enjoyable.
Phil, tell us, how's the new car performing?
Yeah, it's going awesome. We're just out there doing our own thing. The first stage this morning we were a little bit slow, but the last two have been all right. We're not taking any risks, just sort of cruising along, and I think the car's got a lot of potential. I think we're pretty excited about doing more and more driving in it.
Yeah, great, man. The car's more than me, pretty much. I'm still getting used to it. I've stalled it a dozen times, but yeah, I'm getting faster, I think. I hope.
Yeah, we're having a good run in the Koro Glen stage, and then just as we sort of got to the top and started coming down, we had a downpour, and unfortunately didn't get our demister working as we should have, so couldn't see for the last part of the stage, which sucked because it was we'd had a good run up until then.
Coming up, we put power on the water, and Hayden Paddon fights back on the roads of Coromandel. Welcome back to round 5 of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. Well, it's not just the bush and hills that make Coromandel such a great destination, but also the wonderful beaches and ocean. And what better way to explore than on a jet ski?
Morning guys, welcome to Sea Kiwi, Whitianga jet skis. It's a little bit crisp, but it's a beautiful day. I'm going to get you out there and show you the wonderful Mercury Bay.
And what a great way for the rally drivers to actually get out there and see the beauty of the Coromandel on the jet ski. 40 knots, no slip diff, just like all the tourists do.
And it's fantastic as a driver to be able to experience this sort of scenery. It's stuff you don't generally get to do when you're out racing, to really immerse yourself in the culture of an event and the beautiful places that we get to visit.
And when you head south on the coast from Mercury Bay, you find beautiful places like Cathedral Cove, these magnificent big white cliffs and sea caves to explore. Absolutely fantastic.
What an awesome day here in the Mercury Bay. The weather's fantastic, but I think it's time to get back to the rally.
So a return to Kennedy Bay, and with the drivers having 2 passes and reconnaissance, Podium will be hoping he's note perfect.
Yeah, we're quite happy about the 2-pass recce here because we haven't done these other 2 stages that everyone else has been doing in this direction before, so it allowed us to catch up a little bit, if you like. But yeah, obviously it's what we're used to. You get to put a lot more detail and information in the notes, especially the second pass. You can just refine them and be confident in them as well. So yeah, it's something I'm used to, and I think it's great that NZRC is adopting a little bit more 2-pass recce. Doesn't have to be for all rallies, but by there being 2 or 3 rallies with 2-pass, it gives drivers the opportunity to write notes, which they need to be doing if anyone's going overseas.
Podium 45 seconds faster than anyone on the first run through Kennedy Bay, and this time he shaves another 7 seconds off that time. So the challenge is up for Brendan Reeves. Holds the lead, but disaster again in the car, cuts out on the stage.
This must be so frustrating for Brendan and Rhiannon. And the team will be frustrated too. This car has so much potential, and I really wonder if this is a legacy of the big crash at Rally Australia.
Well, let's see what Reeves can recover here. Must be so frustrating. 4 stages, and it's cut out 3 times. That means a lot of time lost.
Time, and he'll also be happy to see the end of the stage and the end of this corner, because it's ambitious putting the end of the finish right here.
Yes, right on a bridge. 15 minutes 13.5. He's lost 1 minute 20 and the lead. Hayden Patton's done enough to reclaim the lead, but Ben Hunt, can he stay ahead? The gap just 3 seconds going into the stage, remember? So confirmation of the stage end. Hunt will stay in second, 23 seconds behind Patton. Dylan Turner now. He'll benefit from Reeves' demise, moving up to third here.
And Dylan, as per usual, is really enjoying driving this car. But he's got to be careful too. He's booked to spend a week taking Audi customers for rides on the ice at Cadrona, so he cannot afford to damage it here.
Matt Summerfield moving up to fourth, just 4.2 seconds ahead of Reeves. This has been an expensive stage for the Aussie. Emma Gilmore struggling with brake issues, so an advantage to have good pace notes.
It's an event where we've got 2-pass recce, but it's an event we've also done many, many times on these roads. I think it's something that we would have seen a real, I suppose, difference in people's pace notes, say if it was South Canterbury, where everything was brand new for everyone. Here I feel, you know, talking to some competitors, they've already got notes that they've had for the last 3 years and they're just refining them again. So a little bit different, I suppose, in that the event has already used these roads a lot, so it's not such a benefit in having that 2-pass recce.
Phil Campbell enjoying a trouble-free run in 7th and keeping the gap to Gilmore at 5 seconds. And Josh Marston holding 8th ahead of Rana Horan. Brian Green too, showing that, a little bit of luck can go a long way.
And there's Greenie opening up a new branch, but he was lucky not to get stuck there, and he's continuing on in 11th with a little dent in the car and maybe a little dent in the pride.
Grant Blackberry returned for the Gold Rally Challenge and immediately set the pace in his Evo 10, fastest in the class over the morning stages. Jeff Argyle was second over the morning, but he'd been challenged by Matt Jensen, but Jensen then crashed on stage 3. Jonathan Walker held third, but lost time on stage 4. Allowing the rookie driver Eugene Crugenet to move up into third. And Bryn Smith also moving past Walker into fourth. Blackberry extended his lead in the afternoon to win the class by a minute to Argyle, with Crugenet third. It was a closer battle in the two-wheel drive category of the challenge, with multiple New Zealand Rally champion Bruce Herbert showing he's lost none of his skill as he muscled his Lancer Turbo through the stages. Brent Taylor is using the event to build up for the Silver Fern Rally later in the year and brought his Toyota 86 home in second, just 2 of the competitors to finish the day. So in the overall Gold Challenge points, with only the driver's best 3 results counting, Blackberry leads on 88 from Argyle. Van Klink will need to be at the final round to keep his challenge, while Crugenet is 4th. And the Gold Rally Challenge bonus going to Bryn Smith for the best result of the season. Now back to stage 5, the second pass over the famous 309 road. Patrick, this road well known for its good base?
Yeah, that's right, Clint. The District Council does a fantastic job maintaining these roads. And this stage, which is going to be used 3 times at this event, will really get roughed up by these rally cars. But the base is still there, plenty of grip, and there's hardly any ruts in there. Fantastic driving conditions.
Short 4 minus, 30E, slight half 4 right plus, 40E, flat half 5 right, opens 80E, extra long flat 6 right, opens 80 over tarmac, brake nips, 20, very quick 4 left to minus.
Man, that's good stuff. Pattern 2 seconds slower this time through the stage. Ben Hunt now defending his second place.
And while a lot of the other drivers in this event have been yo-yoing up and down the leaderboard, Ben's putting in a solid performance to sit in second place and not far away from Hayden.
At the time, yeah, 5k to go.
Well, the boys are enjoying themselves and they're obviously doing enough to wear out the tyres.
Short 6 left minus, keep in believe 80, keep in 4 right.
So you can see why this is such a favourite stage with the drivers.
309 is a classic rally stage, and I've always been quite quick in that stage. It's actually amazing how much speed you can carry for such a twisty road, but it's just so well compacted that it's almost like tarmac.
A faultless run for Matt Summerfield too as he closes the gap to Turner to 6.6 seconds. And turn it up, mate. Good news for the Aussie Brendan Reeves. No issues this time on the stage.
And that might just give him the confidence to make up some time that he's lost so far.
Emma Gilmore also having to push hard despite the car understeering in the tight corners for the Suzuki.
Yeah, Emma's got the Ford Fiesta of Phil Campbell closing in fast, but with service coming up next and a change of fresh tyres, hopefully that will help.
3 right, in 2, short 5 left, 80 straight 2, narrow 3 right.
Campbell is getting faster by the stage too, now just 2.8 seconds behind Gilmore.
30, nice. 7 left minus 120.
And Phil's obviously enjoying this car. It's recently spent some time with Choice and the lads at Team Rally Out, and they've taken the performance of this car to a new level. The reliability, everything's just clicking in this car right now for Phil Campbell.
New long 4 left plus 150.
And after his brake problems in the Peugeot, the other Aussie in the field, Nathan Quinn, doing a good job to stay in the top 10.
And Quinny came here with championship ambitions, and he wanted to be ahead of Ben Hunt. Unfortunately, the day's not panning out, but he's doing a great job to stay in the top 10.
Richie Dalton returning to the stages after his crash, but he's struggling with tyres on the stage.
3 right. Into short.
And it's interesting to note that Richie's just come from running a round of the Australian Championship in a leased Skoda R5. So to go from there to coming into his pride and joy, to be experiencing the frustration to not be able to drive around the corners, no wonder he's annoyed.
Down. Tar, slippy, 2 right plus, gravel.
And also, talking of frustration, Josh Marston holding 40 seconds back.
Yeah, and Josh is seeing a 3rd place in the championship literally slip between his fingers at this event.
So after 5 stages, Patton reclaims the lead after a charging run, but can Reeves get back on the podium with just 2 stages and the sprint to go?
Ben, nice solid day, happy with the performance?
Yeah, you know, we're having a ball out there, fantastic roads, and they're holding up really well, but, you know, pretty hard on tyres, but, you know, that's the same for everyone, so it's just, you know, trying to manage that throughout the day and, you know, carrying spares and swapping front to rearing them and doing all that, but, you know, Tony's getting pretty dirty because I've got a pretty sore back today, but so that makes a change on doing the tyres, but having heaps of fun and looking forward for the last 2 stages.
Stage time's looking good, looks like you're enjoying those stages.
Yeah, really enjoying it. Yeah, we made those the gains in the car from South Canterbury, and much more enjoyable to drive. And yeah, it's transferred up here. I feel like I can turn the car into the corners a lot easier, and it just makes it fun to drive.
How different is this car compared to your old Evo 9?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a proper rally car. It's been built as a rally car from the ground up. A little bit different than the production-based Evo 9 that we had. So everything you do, it just does everything you want it to do. It stops good and it turns good. It's got cool suspension. You can bounce off a little bit of banks if you need to, or climb up over stuff, and it just doesn't unsettle the car. So it's just a heap of fun to drive.
Brian, how are you finding those stages out there?
Well, the stages are really good. The roads are fantastic. A little bit twisted than what we've had most of the year, and really good. And the rain hasn't been any problem whatsoever. But it's been a long day, long touring stages, that's for sure.
The New Zealand two-wheel drive class saw fierce competition from Robbie Stokes and Dylan Thompson to claim victory. On stage 1, it was Stokes who would lead by under 1 second. But by stage 3, Thompson had edged down a 21-second lead over Stokes.
Kennedy Bay was obviously first stage of the rally, and we're on new notes. We didn't think we'd lost that much time, so it's all credit to Robbie to see him finally start challenging us, and we thought we were going to have a really close battle, but yeah, we're starting to edge ahead now and just settling into a nice rhythm.
I haven't been looking at the times, but apparently we're pretty close, or beating him, or I wouldn't have a clue, but yeah, that's our goal, to be with him or beating him.
Jack Hawkswood held third in class all day, initially just 20 seconds back, but that stretched to 30 seconds by the lunch break. But a push through the afternoon saw him close to within 20 seconds of Stokes. Dave Taylor was in fourth in his oldest Civic, experience keeping him 11 seconds ahead of the Fiesta of Mike Sheehan. But on stage 6, the Honda lost drive and Sheehan cruised home in fourth. Wayne Pittams was the sole entry at the open two-wheel drive, but had a good battle with the sole historic entry of Regan Ross. Ross lost time with a spin in stage 1, but by stage 6 he held the lead of just 0.2 seconds over Podium. In the end, the gap 17 seconds in favour of Ross. Thompson's win was enough to secure him the two-wheel drive and junior title for 2018, provided that he starts the final round at Raglan, where he will benefit from free fuel and tyres, courtesy of winning the Rally New Zealand Rising Star Award. Coming up, it's no easy run to the line for Podium in the final showdown at Rally Coromandel. Two stages to go before the final street sprint. First up, Tapu Coraglen Road. Looks like rain has made the stage slippery, but that's not the issue for Hayden Paddon.
Long right narrows. Sorry, not on. Okay.
And looks like a repeat of the problem that Hayden was having before. The boost hose keeps on popping off, and it just reduces the car to a naturally aspirated 2-litre engine. Not good.
So that means Ben Hunt now in a position to take back the lead.
And these are difficult conditions, but Ben's already struck and taken 20 seconds out of Hayden's lead.
And to keep in 4 right minus. Hug long 5 left minus, opens. Short 5 left plus keep in, and a short 5 right.
And as you can see, this road is not as hard-packed as the 309 stage, so a few rocks to dodge for Dylan Turner as he holds on to third place in the Arnie.
Oh, I think the car just got away a bit there in the wet and muddy conditions, and Dylan might have been thinking about the snow and ice next week.
Look at the rocks, though. Matt Summerfield still within 10 seconds of Turner in fourth. Brendan Reeves pushed hard. He was now just 20 seconds off a podium spot.
Oh yeah, Brendan's definitely pushing hard there. He was lucky to hold on to that one.
Phil Campbell moving past Emma Gilmore on the stage to take 6th place.
Plus opens over crest. And 5 left.
Frustration for Emma Gilmore losing time on the stage as her brakes were fading.
Yeah, this is a problem that started for Emma on stage 1 of this event and really hasn't helped her at all. And it hasn't helped with this event being such tight, twisty roads.
40. 3 rights.
So a final repeat of the 309 road. Hayden Paddon had made roadside repairs before the stage. And guess what? He's flying.
And it's a short stage too, only 12 kilometres to go. And you would assume Hayden would feel comfortable with a 20-second barrier.
Into 2 right.
Unbelievable, it's come off on the other side now.
Okay, into 2
Or
right.
then again, maybe not.
Minus 10. Slight half 3 right, 30. Max 6
Hayden's going to be thinking about every second of every corner now until the end of the stage.
10. Slow 2 left plus. Opens on.
Paddon's time was 8 minutes 47.2. Ben Hunt with a chance to keep the championship alive. If Paddon wins the rally, he'll be provisional champion, provided he starts the final round. But Hunt can keep the championship alive if he can win right here, right now, today.
Ben doesn't know Hayden's had a problem, but he is pushing. He's had 2 passes of reconnaissance, 2 runs over the stage. His notes should be perfect. He should be blasting through here.
Well, the target for Hunt to take the lead is 8 minutes 29.
short 7 right 30, hug 4 left minus, keep in 5 right minus, keep in short 5
No, he
left,
hasn't done it, hasn't done enough. He's faster than Padden, but the Hyundai driver will go into the final sprint with an 18-second buffer.
Faster or not?
I felt it.
So a solid performance from Dylan Turner, keeping away from the rock banks, the trees, the fence posts, which have spoiled his previous outings this year.
And Dylan's always performed when there's no pressure, he's taken a break, and he just produces out-of-the-box performances like this.
Minus 50. Right, narrow to the 4 right.
You can tell the two of them are just having fun in the car.
Talking about fun, Summerfield just under 10 seconds off the podium, a good drive and no issues, just belting it. Brendan Reeves came here with the aim of a third consecutive win at Coromandel, but it wasn't to be.
And Brendan's not really put a foot wrong at all this entire event. And it's just been problems with the computer in this car that have held him back. Who knows what might have happened with a faultless run? Let's hope the team can fix the car, find the issue, and give him the performance at the final round.
Phil Campbell flying through the 309 road on his way to 6th, and he picks up the Dunlop Driver of the Rally Award and a set of Dunlops for the final round at Raglan.
New car, new co-driver. This is absolutely deserved, and it shows a lot of potential for the future. I can't wait to see him at the final round.
A frustrating day for Emma Gilmore with braking and handling issues, but holding on to 7th on the penultimate stage, and a little lucky too, as one of her brake discs shattered after the finish line.
Fast 4 right, half long.
Rana Horan's debut in the Skoda R5 and finishing in the top 10 with a lot of experience learned on his first outing in the new car. Horan had slipped past the Holden of Josh Marsden on stage 6. Nathan Quinn endured a difficult day in the Peugeot, but as the day went on, he'd worked back into the top 10. The rally had been tough on the Aussies, Richie Dalton never getting to grips with these roads right to the end of stage 7.
4 right. 2, 3 left. Early 3 right plus opens over finish. Straight 130. Okay. You were lucky then. You pulled the handbrake on a care in.
I'm here at the Rally Coromandel Service Park, and behind me, the Hyundai New Zealand Rally team. Their driver Hayden Padden's had a tough start this morning, but he's come back strong and he's got one more stage to go at the Coromandel Super Special Stage. And after that, he's going to take one lucky winner for an absolute blat around it in this amazing Hyundai i30.
A chance to show off to the public of Coromandel, and Padden with plenty to celebrate as the rally winner and provisional New Zealand Rally champion again.
Seems weird with not really saying nothing. Congratulations, New Zealand Rally champion.
So in the end, a winning margin of 18.7 seconds. Padden over Hunt, Turner and Summerfield. Horan taking 7th after Emma Gilmore's car stuttered through to the final stage.
But first, one more run of Padden and a lucky winner in the Hyundai i30N.
No, we need power. Can you get a time it? Because I've got a wager on this and I have to be... Oh!
Hey, I have to beat the rally car. I got a wager on this. I want to listen to the music. I need all the power I get. Put the maps on. I want to look at the maps.
Yes, Hayden ran this car earlier at the Hampton Downs Motorsport Park, and it was faster than the rally car. 202 kilowatts of turbocharged petrol engine paired with a 6-speed manual transmission, 0 to 100 Ks in 6.1 seconds, and a top speed of 250. The real question is though, can he beat the rally car?
No, you're slow!
Ah, that must be gutting for Hayden. He's obviously carried too much ballast in that car.
Stop!
Just not quick enough.
So let's check the points. Patton provisional champ. Hunt has to finish to keep second, but look at the battle for third. 5 drivers all in with a chance.
It's amazing. Obviously, to wrap up the title now is great for the team, great for Hyundai. It's the first time they've won a motorsport championship in New Zealand, so really proud of that, really proud of the boys. Stressful day, let's say, to say the least. This afternoon, again with the turbo hose problem, I think Ben done a great job today. Yeah, it was difficult. We couldn't do much when you're down 150 horsepower. Basically, you just got to drive it as straight as you can and try and minimise the damage. But yeah, Raglan still a manufacturers championship to win for Hyundai, so that's no done deal yet. So yeah, still some hard work there.
And next up, it's the Hyundai New Zealand Raglan Rally of the Coast, the final round of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship.